Hey you guys, welcome back to Kelly Reacts. You guys, I got a story for you. I came across this story about a teenage girl. She's a junior in high school and she was dating a 20-year-old guy. So the mother noticed something was off. She told her daughter's name is a Miracle. She told her, hey, you need to break up with this man. So she breaks up with the man, and it started in October. She broke up with the man, so he starts stalking her, coming by her house, not taking the breakup very well. So the mom said she called the police, and she told the police, hey, basically she said, this man crazy. He won't leave my house. He keep bothering my daughter. Police didn't do much about it. They gave him a little citation, and that was that. So just yesterday, at about 6:10 a.m., this girl was going to school. A Miracle was going to school. Mind you, she's a junior. Her ex-boyfriend is 20 years old. So a Miracle got on the bus, and she said she seen him, her ex-boyfriend, pull up in front of the bus. He jumps out of his car, knocks on the door of the bus with a pew pew. The bus driver opens the door. He's waving the gun around in the bus driver's face, and he went straight to a Miracle, waving the pew pew around in her face, told her to get up, come on, let's go. A Miracle said that he was pulling on her, pulling her hair, trying to get her off the bus. She said for some reason, he's just stopped, instantly stopped, and left her alone, and he told her, I'ma see you later. He jumped off the bus, got back in his car, and pulled off and left. Mind you, all the kids that was at the bus stop, on the bus, them kids was jumping out the back doors. They was running, getting on up out of there. So that was that. Later on that day, they caught old boy. When they caught him, he ended up going to jail. And they put this man on a $6.6 or $6.9 million bond. $1 million bond, because they didn't want this YN up out of there. So this man gets a court-appointed lawyer. This lawyer gonna say, he's a first-time offender. He's never done anything wrong. I don't understand why his bond is $6.9 million. Fool, his bond is $6.9 million because he's crazy. They wanted to place his bond at $10 million, but he got a $6.9 million bond. And I'm glad that judge gave it to him. Hats off to that judge. And this little girl's name is a Miracle. A Miracle got a miracle that day. Because we all know if that YN had posted bond, they gave this man a low. What if they had given this man a low bond? He got out. What would he have done? We already know this story would have ended so differently. But my thing is this. I'm happy that that judge gave this man the bond that they gave him, because he does not need to be out on the streets, because look what he doing to people. He can't take a breakup. This girl is 16 or 17 years old messing with a 20-year-old man. This dude is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I'm glad he's in jail, and I'm glad he gonna be there, because there is no way he is coming up with a $6.9 million bond. You guys, thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Developments tonight in a frightening incident involving a Spring ISD school bus. Investigators say a suspect stopped the bus, pointed a gun at the driver and students, and then took off.
Today, deputies made an arrest in the case, and we're also getting a first look at newly released video showing the tense moments as it all unfolded. Marcelino Benito, live outside Spring High School with the very latest now. Marcelino.
Well, guys, this was such a scary situation for everyone on board that bus, and tonight we're learning that the suspect in this case, now in custody, was specifically targeting his ex-girlfriend.
The video was scary.
Tonight, Portia Crane still shaken after watching what happened to her daughter, a Miracle, and a bus full of Spring High School students Monday morning. Spring ISD police say the man in the video is David Madison. He whips his car around, cutting off the bus, walks up to the door, and pulls out a gun.
I was like, I knew he was gonna use it, or I knew I was gonna die. I knew he was gonna try to do something.
A Miracle is a junior at Spring High. Madison is her ex-boyfriend. They broke up a few months ago.
He got all the way on the bus. He tried to force open the doors, and he pointed the gun at my bus driver and told her to open the doors, and the doors opened. He got on the bus and he started tugging on me in my hair.
She says he yelled at her to get off the bus while the gun was pointed her way, but she held on to a seat and refused to go with him. Other students on the bus escaped out the back and ran to safety. In 2 to 3 minutes, it was all over.
I don't know what went through his mind, but he just stopped and he told me he was gonna see me later. and he got off the bus.
Tonight, Portia relieved her daughter is safe, but frustrated it got this far. She tells us she's been calling Precinct 4 since October.
I've been trying to get help from the police department to do something about this young man.
The mom says just this Saturday, 2 days before the bus incident, the suspect refused to get off their property. Precinct 4 constables responded to her home. She says he only got a trespassing warning.
They did not take me seriously. He could have killed her and killed people on the bus.
Tonight, Madison is now behind bars, facing multiple charges, including attempted kidnapping. Spring ISD police tell us everyone on the bus did everything they needed to stay safe.
Both the students and the bus driver stuck to avoid, deny, and defend. And they fell back on their training, and under the circumstances, of very, very, very difficult circumstances, it turned out all right.
Now, I can tell you we've reached out to the Precinct 4 Constable's office for a response to the mother's complaints. We're still waiting on their response at this hour. We'll see you back.
To Northeast Harris County now, where the hunt is underway for a young man accused of pointing a gun at students on a Spring ISD school bus. ABC 13 reporter Chaz Miller is in the Burnham Wood Drive area of South Cypress Wood, and he has the eyewitness accounts.
We've spent the morning talking to kids who say they were on that bus, including one girl who tells us the suspect was after her specifically.
Everything was
A Miracle Crane said she could sense something was wrong as she was walking to her bus stop in North Harris County this morning.
By the time I got here, it started feeling eerie, but it just felt not normal. And I felt like something was going to happen.
Crane said she knows the suspect. She says he followed their bus in a vehicle for a little bit and then got out and approached the driver, gun drawn. We spoke to this young man who said he was on the bus and doesn't want to be identified due to fear of retribution.
Get on the bus. A man came and hopped out with a gun in his hand. He had made the bus driver open the door, hopped on the bus. After that, I'm not gonna lie, I had ran off and hid behind a bush.
Nobody was shot. Precinct 4 says the 20-year-old suspect fled and that they're actively looking for him. As you might imagine, the kids on that bus who say they're in high school were unnerved by this situation.
The first thing I saw was the gun. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I really don't want to die today because I had pictures. I was planning on studying for finals and all that stuff.
We also spoke to parents, including the mother of the girl who says she knows the suspect.
Terrifying, embarrassing, scary, yes. And I told her to leave him alone. And ever since then, he's been doing the stalkerish behavior, coming by, stalking the house, sitting outside.
I'm happy it didn't go further than that. I'm happy he didn't use the gun. And I'm glad he got off the bus. I'm glad everybody okay.
His ex-girlfriend and boarding her school bus with a gun is now being held on a $6.6 million bond. Part of the frightening crime caught on surveillance video as Spring ISD students jumped off and ran from the bus. 20-year-old David Madison went before a judge just a few hours ago to face charges of attempted aggravated kidnapping, terroristic threat of a public institution, and aggravated assault of a public servant. The issue of bond, a bit of contention today, as the prosecution wanted $10 million, while the defense said that number given was a slap in the face.
This was an attempted abduction of a student trying to get on the bus, a brazen attempt.
Bond isn't supposed to be used to keep people locked up. It's supposed to be used to protect the community. And for somebody that's never been arrested before as an adult, $6.6 million is a heck of a lot of money, even for.
If Madison does make bail, he will not be able to go near a school or any bus stop and cannot make any contact with his ex-girlfriend and will have to wear an ankle monitor. His next court date is set for January 16th.
$0.9 million bond has been set for the man accused of pulling a gun on a Spring ISD bus driver and students on Monday. 20-year-old David Madison appeared in court today. He's currently charged with aggravated assault against a public servant, attempted aggravated kidnapping, and making a terroristic threat. According to court documents Monday, Madison cut off the Spring ISD bus at an intersection, pointing a gun at the door and demanding the driver to let him on. Once he got on the bus, investigators say he grabbed the student, who is believed to be his ex-girlfriend, and ordered her to get off the bus. When she refused, he threatened her before running away. The judge has since issued an emergency protective order requiring Madison to stay away from the victim.
There exists in each of your cases allegations of either family violence, a familial, dating, or household relationship existing between you and the protected person. What I'm holding before you is a magistrate order of emergency protection. This document is designed to ensure the well-being of the complaining witness while your case is in process.
The $6.9 million bond was set for all three charges.